Give me a nice Bavarian pretzel with beer cheese.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Random Things podcast on the Random Channel. We are three. John can't make it tonight, but you know what? He sends his love and he sends his favorite movies list, which these two haven't seen yet, that I will read when we get to that portion of the show. How are you guys doing tonight?
Oh, I'm great, Kevin. You're already fucking freezing.
No, I'm not. Am I? Give me a fuck. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
You're good now.
But you said something, all of a sudden all we saw was...
Oh, great. Dude, I'm telling you.
Extended forehead.
I am telling you, I mean, I have such an extended forehead anyways, but I'm telling you, like, Comcast is an asshole. Like, I have literally, like, I'm hardwired in. Last week, the problem was I was hardwired in, but my Wi-Fi was still on too. So when I froze that time, it was because the Wi-Fi kicked on. So this week I was like, I'm making sure that shit's off. And no, apparently I'm just an asshole because that's that shit was terrible. But yeah,
an asshole. Yeah.
But Daniel, backstage we were talking about Bavarian pretzels and beer cheese. So I fucking love pretzels. Like, and my kids do too. Even though they're not good, I always buy those super pretzels whenever I see the box of them at the store.
Oh, the frozen ones?
All the time.
Hell yeah.
Have you ever made your own like pretzel bites?
No. Like out of those or like out?
No.
Or like, like dough and shit?
Oh, yeah. You make your own dough and you boil it and then you put it in the oven. So good.
What?
So good.
I've never made my own bread. It doesn't seem like something I would do. But
yeah. So Kevin, here's a question for you. You get those super pretzels, right?
Yep.
How do you make your pretzel the correct way? Because there's a technique to it.
So when I get the super pretzel, and this is through trial and error, I get a damp towel, like paper towel, and I coat the top with a little bit of water, and then I actually don't use the salt crystals they send because they never stick to it. I take my own homemade, just thin salt, and just kind of sprinkle them in salt, and then I stick them in my air fryer for 4 minutes, and they're fucking they're perfect.
See, you have the advantage of an air fryer nowadays. When I was getting them, what you do, I run it underneath the faucet real quick so it's wet.
The whole pretzel?
Whole pretzel.
Okay.
Well, it's frozen. And then I hammer it with the salt that they got and then right in the microwave. And that shit comes out bang.
Yeah.
See, I would always take the frozen pretzel and I would lick it.
Even better. You got to get it moist. That's the key.
You lick it and then you press it into the salt that they give you. You spread it on a bare counter after licking it, and then you press it in. And then
I haven't even considered pressing it into the salt. I've literally just sprinkled it and been like, well, that shit's not sticking. So I just went to my salt that I have. But
you just go.
My daughter tonight came up. I can't believe I didn't think to do this, but like we always have salsa, we always chips and queso, stuff like that in the house. Usually just like whatever off the shelf queso we grab. My daughter's like, I want queso with my pretzel tonight. When I made the pretzels, and I was like, ooh, like I had never even thought about using the fucking.
Said, whoa, hold up.
I know it was like the best idea she ever had, and everyone in the family had it. Everyone, and they were like, oh, this is fucking good. My son's like, I want the yellow mustard too. He didn't even touch it. He literally just did the queso. It was like lopping it up. So it was great.
Queso's delicious.
I love it. Love it.
Who doesn't like melted cheese? You gotta be like a fucking anarchist.
Listen, they say cheese and bread is the worst thing for you. I could never not have them in my life.
Italians don't give it up. Why should we? We just eat processed bullshit. That's why.
I mean, like a charcuterie. I could be full, and then someone will pull out like a nice like we were talking about Gouda cheese, a nice thing of like smoked Gouda cheese and
out of their pocket.
No, like a charcuterie board. They just pop a charcuterie board down.
The way that he did it, he was like, and then they pull out. They like reach deep.
You want some Gouda?
You want some smoked Gouda? I got it right here. And you just slap it into your mouth.
I fucking love it. I would literally be like, there's always room for Gouda. Hold on, we got a comment already. Who we got? John Ackerman. Bleach is worse.
Yep, I agree, John. Bleach is worse.
Worse than what?
Worse than a lot of things.
What the fuck is he doing?
Sleepy time for Johnny.
I don't know. This is John needed the night off. Apparently, just maybe he left this comment before we even went live. I don't think so though. I guess
No, he wouldn't be able to see us.
I hope he's not trying to drink bleach.
Yeah, maybe he is
I drank windshield
know.
washing fluid once.
on purpose.
I was really shit faced.
Jesus fucking Christ, Duncan. Well, you know what? I think you should have. Did you explain that to the doctors when you're having your gut issues? It's like one time I drank.
This was like when I was like 16 or 17. This was a long time.
Jesus Christ.
It was only a couple of sips. It wasn't bad.
Oh man.
Okay.
Dan, I don't want to talk about football because I know you don't like football, but I have to ask. This isn't necessarily a football question, but because you're not a fan of the Patriots, I want to know like how you would handle the situation here. First year head coach Gerard Mayo stinks. He's just not getting the job done. He doesn't have a plan. Nothing's working out. He also has basically a first year offensive coordinator and a first year defensive coordinator. Now, people think that Gerard Mayo is going to get a second year because the Crafts who own the team love him, right? Would you, if it were like if this were the Bruins, right, and it was the same setup, would you clear a total house and bring in all new talent for a team that stinks, that could potentially have the first overall pick, and you have a quarterback that's good or like an all-star player, bring in an entire new team, like a new coaching staff, and run it with a totally, especially if you had an ace coach you could get? Or would you fire the offensive coordinator, the defensive coordinator, and try to run it back with just the guy who, as the head coach, has not done anything?
Now, here's more information. This coach has been an all-star, all-pro, Super Bowl winning player for us for many years.
I know who Gerard Mayo is.
Okay. So, and not only that, but the thing is, he hasn't been set up with the greatest technique. The GM is doo-doo. The offensive coordinator is, we can call better plays right now. I guarantee you I can call a better play game plan than him. So he's not really dealt with a lot.
What's sad is Alex Van Pelt, the OC, is probably the best coach on the team. It is the truth. The only one who's looked good is fucking Drake May, and his main responsibility was drafting it, was getting him ready for games. So I'm just saying, like,
who knows? Maybe he was good out the gate. But Dan, I'm curious to see what you got.
I would not clean house of the coaching staff because I feel like you would then just have the exact same situation the following year. I would get rid of some semblance of portions of the coaching staff.
It's tough because the thing with the Patriots is right now out there just waiting to kick for the season to end is a Mike Vrabel, who used to play for the Patriots, has been a head coach in the league.
I've heard that name before.
Has been a head coach in the league and has a winning record as a head coach. But he was a coach for the Titans who had basically never had a quarterback, and the owners never shelled out any money to get any of the teams he needed. And he still had a winning record as a head coach. And by all accounts, people like, he's going to be the golden goose that everyone's going to go for as a head coach in the offseason with all the coaches that have been fired. And he said, some reports have said that he wants to coach for the Patriots.
Yeah,
so
I'll get him then.
I wanted somebody who's not in the situation we are, where we're like super fans of him, to like weigh in on it. Like, what?
No,
what do
I
you
honestly don't give a shit. I wish the NFL would just go away.
All right. I won't come at you with any more of it. I just wanted to know what you thought of that. So
all I'm saying is, if they could cancel the NFL completely, and I would not shed a single tear. Actually, I would shed one tear, solely because that would mean that Sundays during Patriots game, Target would now be filled with all the people that are locked in their houses watching football instead of
a lot of women.
Yeah.
The Winter Classic, I didn't watch it, but apparently
neither did I.
Apparently the Chicago one, they had all these Chicago. Jack Welton was telling me they had all these Chicago bands that were playing, and he was like, he couldn't believe how bad Smashing Pumpkins sounded. And I was like, they're a Chicago band? I didn't know they were from fucking Chicago.
Did Chicago play?
Yeah, sure. There's a bunch of
the band Chicago?
Yeah.
I don't know. Are they still touring? I don't know if they're still touring. That would talk about getting everybody in the in the stadium excited when Chicago comes out. They're like,
"Woo, Chicago!"
Oh man, I'm pretty sure that every band member of Chicago is rolling. Is like, what the fuck? What a rendition.
Hey,
all right,
pretty good to me.
We'll move on to some stuff. This is a quick off the top here.
Stuff.
Jason Momoa officially cast as Lobo.
As Supergirl?
Officially cast as Lobo in Supergirl.
Woof.
I left Lobo out, but he's the main man. He is officially cast. He's going to be in the movie. It starts shooting in January, so the end of January.
The main man is like the main bad guy.
No, that's Lobo's thing, that he calls himself the main man. He's like, I'm the main man, baby. Like,
okay,
it's his own thing. So it's official. He's obviously no longer Aquaman. He's gonna be Lobo. We don't really have to touch it on it more than that. I just wanted to say that news broke, and
that's fitting.
He was pumped. I know.
He looks like a muscled out member of Kiss.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. He's basically like indestructible by all accounts. Like he can't really die. He heals super fast, kind of like Wolverine, and he's about as strong as Superman. Wow. Like not quite like if Superman went all out, he'd probably beat the piss out of him. But like,
what's his background? How did he form into a mutant or whatever?
He's just it's an alien. He's just an alien race. His whole race looks like that. And then they but he's a like a hired gun. He drives a fucking space motorcycle. He's like Momoa was born to play this character, and it also kind of I did like him as Aquaman. It was more entertaining than I thought it was going to be, but he was born to be Lobo. So
yeah, this is way better.
So my thought is he's probably going to be hired in this movie because the story they're telling, Supergirl takes it's almost like a Western. Like Supergirl takes this young girl whose father's been murdered by this fucking like nomad like killer guy or something like that. And Supergirl's like, oh, I'll help you go on your quest for revenge. But she's like, she goes across a bunch of planets. I bet you the bad guy hires Lobo to like protect him. And then they come to blows later in the movie. And then eventually Lobo's probably like, you know what? Fuck that dude.
He was a hired gun.
Yeah, he's like a hired gun. So
I'm saying too bad Lobo wasn't the hired gun that killed this girl's fucking parent.
Right. I don't think they would go that route with him because they want him to be a character people are going to be excited to see later. So if he's fucking murdering like innocent people and shit, I don't know if that'll be good, but
I don't know. You can turn him around. That would be a cool one.
There's an awesome. I forget which comic it was, but there's an. I remember reading this. It wasn't Black as Night. It wasn't fucking. I can't remember, but there's an awesome scene where like these people come into a bar to get Lobo, and they're like trying to like round up all these people, like all these whatever. They're like, "Hey, it's time that you leave," and blah blah. Like and like he's like, "I'm still drinking," and then he's like, "No, you're coming with us." And he turns the guy around, and the guy Lobo grabs the dude's head and just fucking spins it all the way back around the other way and just shoves him out of the way. He's like, "I'm finishing my beer."
Oh my god, that's nuts.
He's great though. So, and then the other news that came, DC news was the Batman 2 was pushed to 2027, which is sad.
Make space for Penguin season 2.
Dude, Matt Reeves, like he said that he's a slow writer, but like, fuck, dude, the Batman came out in 2022. Yeah. It's gonna be 5 years.
That's nuts.
Robert Pattinson's gonna be 50 years old by the time
they finish the trilogy.
So. That blows.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's doing so good with everything else. It just sucks that I got pushed to a burner.
I know.
It does make me wonder though, if there's rewrites happening because Gunn has asked Reeves to kind of make his Batman into the Batman for the DCU.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And Matt Reeves isn't sure, so I'm wondering if maybe this has something to do with that.
It might be.
That would be acceptable.
I don't know if I want Pattinson's Batman to be the Batman of the DCU, though. You know, like I love the Batman, but it's so grounded in reality, and so like I just feel like
sci-fi enough.
Exactly. I feel like if you pale out from that Gotham and all of a sudden it's like Superman fighting a fucking giant monster, it's not the same. It's an unbelievable story to connect. So I would prefer they don't go that route. And in fact, if you saw Creature Commandos this week, they showcased a Batman quickly. Did you watch it, Duggan?
No, I missed it. I forgot
you can't even talk about it then.
You can talk about it.
Duggan, take your ears off.
No, you can talk about it. It's fine.
I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but I will say that there was a scene in the show where they do Phosphorus's backstory. So you're going to want to see that. So I won't spoil any of that. But there, like I said, there's just a shot where it pans up and it shows like a skylight, and there's a Batman standing on the other side of that skylight, and he's pretty yoked. He honestly, when I looked at him, I was like, okay, maybe they are going to go with Alan Ritchson as Batman because he's big. He was big. But he was in classic gray suit with like a dark blue cowl and cape.
Oh yeah, dude, I love that outfit.
So
I'd be fucking dead and completely on board if Alan Ritchson was Batman in the DCU.
I know. I would absolutely lose it.
I fucking love me my Alan Ritchson.
Team Alan. Yeah.
For me, like I said, I think he'd be great. He's huge. He's hard. It's hard not to see him. And my issue with somebody that big being Batman is like when he's standing in a crowd, people are just gonna look at him and be like, "Fucking Bruce Wayne is a big motherfucker, isn't he? Like, look how big this guy is."
Maybe and that's what he has to do is that he's so rich that's all he does is lift weights.
I suppose, but
isn't the whole idea that this Batman is going to be like an older kind of hermit Batman?
I don't know how old he's going to be, but he's supposed to have been old enough to have had like a few Robins by this point, and he has a son who's like 12 years
so to me at this point, this Batman is like never leaving Wayne Manor. He is in the Batcave toiling away, and the only time he's actually leaving his house is when he is Batman. So people are just like, fuck me, this dude is massive.
Yeah.
He would be good for that too, because he's at that age right now where he could present an older person and have
100%.
But still whoop ass. Like
right. I'd be fine if they went with him. I liked when they were thinking Jensen Ackles from The Boys. Soldier Boy. I like him. He's bigger than Pattinson, but not as big as Alan Ritchson, obviously. But no, he was. If they went Alan Ritchson, I'd be fine. Jensen Ackles is my number one, but two's Ritchson for me. So.
Here's the thing: Alan Ritchson isn't really that tall.
Was he 6'4"?
He's 6'3".
He's shorter than our Superman.
Yeah, which really isn't that tall. What it ends up being. What it ends up being is that and at the same time, he's not like super. He's not super.
Spit it up, bud.
Never mind. I was gonna say he's not super muscular. I'm seeing pictures of him, and he is.
Yeah.
He's not like fucking John Cena, who just does not looks like a fucking.
Unhealthy.
Looks like an alien driving a head that's lowered onto this gigantic fucking gorilla body.
Well, that's what happens when you're a wrestler over the years. You do all that training.
I know, but John Cena's so jacked. His veins look like he's got like snakes.
I know, it's fucking gross. It's collapsed veins and shit. It's nasty.
But it's harder when it's like The Rock, like he's giant, but like he's also tan naturally too. Yeah. So he doesn't look as gross.
But you still see it too.
But Cena's like just like a pale white dude. Yeah. So it's like it just looks worse. But look at, I mean, have you seen the images of what's his face? Batista lately?
Yeah, he's got like
he's slimmed down quite a bit. Huh?
He slimmed down a shitload. He went from like, I think he said he was like 245 pounds of muscle to like 215.
That's crazy.
Oh, no. It was like, he might be, no, he can't, maybe around 200. So he's like,
fucking way,
he's all lean muscle now.
But here's the other thing about Ritchson real quick is this is him in a suit.
Yes.
Him going out as Bruce Wayne.
What's wrong with that?
In the suit, I feel like people aren't going to look at him and be like,
dude, his muscles are bulging out of the suit.
It's amazing.
But a suit can hide
Why
a lot.
Why can't Bruce Wayne be jacked? Who's to say he needs to be pudgy?
I guess.
Then he throws on some armor and he looks like a fucking orangutan.
Think of the Clark Kent wears super baggy clothes because he's like, I want to like look like a mess, right? Because he's trying not to have people identify.
He's a fucking alien. This dude's just rich.
I know. That's what I'm saying is like, I guess I understand him being in shape. Like, I think Christian Bale was the perfect Bruce Wayne. He was so believable.
He was climbing out of that hole. Dude was a stud.
He was like you just saw him and he's got that like slick hair and like he just looked just like a Bruce Wayne should look. But his Batman, he wasn't super jacked either. So like his Batman was like more about like the suit and all that shit.
If you can combine a couple of Batmen to make one Batman, that would probably be your best Batman. Because I really like Affleck. I thought Affleck did a fucking great job as Batman.
I think body-wise, Affleck was really good, and like comic book-wise, he looked the part.
Right.
But I didn't. Again, the movie. I don't like the movies that I like his portrayal of the character. But he was a good. Again, he was a good Bruce Wayne too. He wasn't so jacked that when he had a suit on, it was like, man, that guy's a like Alan Richardson. Literally, he doesn't even look like he fits in a suit.
Here's
That's crazy. He looks like he has cancer. That's nuts.
Yeah, real skinny.
I mean, good for him, I guess. But...
His neck is so skinny now. Like it's And you know what? It makes sense as an actor. He's like, I don't want to just be the muscly guy in movies.
Yeah.
But then he's still skinny. I bet you that dude takes his shirt off. He's still fucking in such good shape that it's like, believable action star though, right? If we need him to be, but
and you also have to admit, with him in Knock at the Cabin, he was a little chubby.
Right. That character was supposed to be a little chubby in that too.
So he put on some fat to play that character,
and then he lost weight.
Did a great job, and then he just turned it around and said, "Slimming down the muscle. I want lean strength."
I'll say the again, we haven't talked about Creature Commandos because Mike hasn't seen it, which is sorry, we're not gonna spoil anything. But I will say that Dr. Phosphorus's backstory is very sad. Like they're all very sad, but like again, another one of these episodes, it's like, God damn it, I feel so bad for these people.
I will say though, I still think the Weasel's backstory was the saddest.
I think the Bride's is the most fucked up one.
Well, yeah, the Bride's is fucked up, but the Weasel is like just so sad.
Oh, yeah, that's
it was like the one guy was like, I don't like this, and then burnt down an entire school and killed a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
That's how Freddy
Krueger. Phosphorus's was pretty sad too, though.
Yeah.
But also the response and like what happened. It's crazy. Duggan, watch it as soon as you can. You're gonna love it because I know you love the character. I feel like you're gonna love that.
I was watching Squid Game too. I got wrapped up in that.
Yep. Duggan, how about that fucking picture I sent you? Kid came home from school with that shit.
That's murderous. I'd be very cautious.
Duffy, I'm going to show you on here real quick. This is what my son came home from school with as artwork today.
Nice.
I said, kid's got some explaining to do. Why is he drawing those shapes in that order? You son of a bitch.
You know what? Why don't we talk about Squid Game a little bit? I don't want to. I haven't seen all of season 2 yet, but like.
Oh wait, John Ackerman said Alan is a brick shithouse. Yes,
not a boy. That's right. He's a stud.
Me too. I'll even create a quick banner here.
Oh, banners.
Squid Game.
Oh my god, Kevin.
You do it then. Duggan, I know you flew through Squid Game season 1 because you hadn't seen it. But I got to tell you, as soon as you texted in episode 2, you were like, I don't trust this old man. I literally went to text Dan and John right away. I was like, holy shit. I'm like, I can't believe how quick Duggan got there.
That was like that. I feel like you saw something somewhere and it just lived in the back of your brain forever.
I'm not going to trust this old man.
Yeah. Don't trust that old guy.
Old people.
Duggan, did you finish season 2?
Oh yeah.
Duffy, did you finish season 2?
I did not. I actually am still very early into season 2. I'm 3 or 4 episodes in.
Have you met Player One this season yet?
I saw Player One in the last episode, so I know it's the game master or whatever the hell.
Why is 456, whatever the fuck his number is? Yep. Why is he even thinking about trusting anybody that is Player One? That's my first thing. After getting completely burned by Player One the first time you were there, maybe it's because you trust anybody.
Maybe in your mind you're like, why? Like, maybe in your
couldn't
mind
be this stupid.
There's no possible way they would do this again to me. But
what's nuts is like this guy's had so many interactions. You would think he would recognize a voice, but nope, doesn't recognize shit.
Yeah. I like in episode, Dan, your camera's out. Are you trying to fix that?
I know, I'm working on it.
All right. In episode 2, is it 2? Might be 3. When he's when they're getting ready to do red light, green light again, and he's like, "Hold on a minute." And he pulls his tooth out, and then he just goes, "I'm fucked."
Yeah.
How did they find this?
Dude, one of my favorite episodes was Bread and Lottery. Have you seen that one yet? It's when the guy who goes to seek the people to play the game, he goes into the park with the piece of bread with the scratch ticket. Dude, no wonder why he freaked the fuck out. Like, he's giving you guys an opportunity to clearly eat, and you take the chance on a fucking scratchy that doesn't make sense. Like, the whole backstory, the premise
those homeless people still ate all those stomped on breads.
Oh, easily, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're homeless.
That dude was a psycho. I loved how psychotic he was. He's like,
dude, that game they played was in fucking tense.
Oh, why did I do 2 rocks?
That was
poor fucking guy.
That was, and then the Russian roulette with 456. Is that even his number?
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It is.
It's 0456.
Mm-hmm.
There's
player 456. Yeah, I love that, and I love it. He's kind of badass, you know. Like he's like the whole everything he is.
Military hit squad. He goes on this fucking rampage for a couple of years.
Doesn't care to pull the fucking trigger on his own head and shit. Like that's good shit.
I like how he calls him basically a bitch. He's like, yeah, you're just like their fucking dog.
Yeah, you're a lap dog.
That guy was intense.
Yeah.
I like the backstory this year with the other people too, like with the workers.
Oh yeah.
That chick and her dad. That's fucking crazy.
Yep. So again, you can tell me I just saw this guy, right? So you have the girl story who was working at the amusement park, right?
Yeah.
And she's one of the snipers. Did she see the dad who had the little girl with cancer?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I saw that and I was like, I looked right at Sarah. I was like, if that's the dad, I'm like, I swear to God. And you guys keep your faces in check. I said, if anything happens to that dad, I'm going to fucking lose my goddamn mind. So,
nothing has come of that.
Okay.
Nope,
I'm honestly a little disappointed on how the season kind of ends.
Oh, yeah.
But
sure.
I'm very much looking forward to season 3, which is coming out this year at some point.
Yeah.
Okay.
The new games are great.
So that's my question is this.
Yeah. Oh.
Dude, that pentathlon, amazing.
Are the games?
The fuck are you talking about?
The pentathlon, when they had to play the 5 mini games.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That was 5 mini games. That was crazy. And then the merry-go-round thing.
That was straight savage.
Oh my God.
That was straight savage.
That was savage.
So the games, does it? You could tell me, but does it actually just play out with every fucking game like it did in the last? Because I would hope it doesn't. I would hope it changes to be like shit's gonna pop off in the middle of the season because they can't do beat for beat the same fucking season.
They did not. They did red light, green light, and then everything else has been different.
No, I don't mean different games. I mean
you're right. Something does happen, and you'll see.
Okay, because that was my one thing when I started watching it. I was like, I don't know if I can invest in this show if it's just a beat for beat. I don't want to see this dude or any of the characters just go through the fucking thing to get to the end again. Like, I hope is it like a Hunger Games mock or Catching Fire scenario where shit blows up and like everything's exposed?
A little bit.
Great. Okay. That's all I wanted to hear. So good.
Duffy, honestly, in the group chat, you pretty much nailed. I'm not going to say.
You can spoil. What are you saying? What did I say?
You said something you would do if you were there, and I was like, Man, season 2.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
you
why
said
you
it a few days ago. Yeah,
That's why you said damn, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I didn't get why. I was like, it wasn't that great of a plan, but so that's incredible.
Yeah, that doesn't make any fucking
You
sense.
literally like
called what happens. Okay,
exactly.
That's funny.
not like they do it at a different time, but I was like,
Kevin,
holy
watch
shit.
how they do it. It's so asinine. It's like so fucking.
It really
stupid.
is. It really kind of is, but it's just so South Korean at the same time.
This show is so funny to me. Like you have those two dudes just tripping out on fucking hills and shit, and they like dancing around.
Dude, that one guy,
Thanos drives me nuts, but at the same time, I kind of like him.
So I was trying to describe today at work what that character's like. Because in the first season, you had like the thug guy, like the dude who's who's literally like a murderer.
Tattoo? Yeah.
Yes. Literally, like he's like a bad guy, right?
He was a murderer.
And I was trying to explain to Jack today. I was like, "There's a guy in the new season, and maybe he gets worse." But I'm like, as far as I've seen, like he did like one thing that I was like, "Well, that's a fucking dick move." I was like, "But
the push,
the tag." But for the most,
he was stripping dick.
Yes, that's what I was like. He was high as a kite when he did it. I'm like, so I think he's like a dick, but like not like a maniacal like asshole like the guy in the first season. But I could be way off. So,
well, I mean, he's basically a failed rap
artist.
Star
and
investor, and he goes by Thanos, and he has all those stupid tattoos and the purple hair. And
I do like his whole.
He's just a fucking like addict, and he does just dumb shit because he's high all the time.
Right.
That's basically how you describe him.
Do you think, Dan? Do you think they wrote the old lady and then maybe they die in the next episode? Probably no. The old lady and the son. Do you think they wrote them in because of the reality show Squid Game, mother and son?
I don't know. Maybe.
I feel like
their story is fucked.
Their story is fucked. They both end up there because he's trying to get out of debt. She ends up there because she wants to get her son out of debt.
Yeah, it's so fucking sad.
But her interactions throughout the whole season is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, she is pretty great.
She's like, why would a man want to do that to themselves? And the kid's like, Mom, you can't say that out loud.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that character. So I like that they in Red Light Green Light they saved the guy even though he's already out.
Yeah, that
she just tagged him in the leg and then just shoots him again. He's already been eliminated. Ugh, what
dude,
a waste.
That whole fucking she goes through some shit, dude. I feel bad for that girl.
Also, it's unbelievable that doing this and still talking like he's still.
I can't see your mouth at all. I can't see your mouth at all.
No, you can't see my mouth at all. But he's like he's still, his arm's still twitching, like he's holding it up. Like,
yeah,
you're not moving at all.
Moving slightly.
You're doing so good.
Nobody move.
Please.
Yes, but like I feel like even slight movements got you killed in the first.
I don't know. You did pretty good. I could. You look like you were frozen.
So, all right, that was a good little divergent there. Let's talk about. Did you watch Skeleton Crew, Mike?
Oh fuck. So I literally hammered through all Squid Game. I didn't watch the fucking 2 things that we were supposed to watch.
That's fine. We'll talk. You know what? We'll save them. You guys feel free to talk about a wrap up next. I won't be here next week, so you guys feel free to talk about Skeleton Crew and
was it the finale.
No, there's 2 more episodes of Skeleton Crew, and there's only 1 more episode of Creature Commandos.
Oh, okay.
I thought there was 8 Creature Commandos.
7.
It's only 7.
Yep.
Dang.
Creature Commandos. Maybe because there's a season 2. That's why.
Yeah, they just announced it.
My bad.
Oh right. Man.
Skeleton Crew is good.
We'll just jump.
It was kind of like one of those.
Like a throwaway episode.
You know what? It has a moment in it though where it answers a question that I had. All of us have had about KB.
Oh yeah.
What's up with KB? What's up with KB? And then you kind of find out what's up with KB. But
you find out a little bit
without spoiling what it is. My question, Duggan, take your headphones off for 2 seconds. Can KB is the stuff she has gonna like stunt her growth as like a?
I don't know.
Do you think that just keeps like whatever accident she has keeps her alive
I think it probably just keeps her alive.
And then she'll grow and she'll have to get upgraded
maybe.
as she grows.
I will say one thing that I want to say without Duggan hearing, and that's the new ship looks so much fucking better.
Oh, so what is
so much cooler.
Was that just like an outer casing to make it look like more piratey? Or
probably.
And that's why I said don't hit the button, because I don't want people to know how sick our ship is.
Probably. But it looks so much cooler without all that shit on it. They pushed that button, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck's about to happen. Then
Me either. I thought the fucking ship was gonna split in half.
The thing comes out, and I'm like, they should have done that a long time ago.
100%.
That thing looks sick.
Yes, it does. All right, Duggan, you can come back. Duggan, come back. All right, we're good. It's so funny that we could do that. All right, we'll hop into favorite movies of 2024.
Yeah.
So we made a list. You guys did 5, or what'd you do? Like 5 in the
I did 5 best. I have 4 honorable mentions, 5 worst. Well, technically it's 6 worst, and then I have a whole list of things that I'm looking forward to this year.
Okay. Save the this year stuff, because I didn't make my list of this year shit. So
it's all gonna be the same.
Yeah, you're probably.
We're all looking forward to the same fucking movie.
And I guarantee you, our lists have all have multiple crossovers too. So the way we'll do it is we'll go through, and if you guys have movies that you like that one of us have done, we'll just dive into it then, and you just tell us where it fell on your chart. Okay.
We had to label them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No, I mean, it doesn't really matter, but I'll do John's honorable mentions. He has dishonorable mentions on here too. He has Madame Web, Borderlands, Rebel Moon, and The Crow. So
I have Madame Web and Borderlands on my worst.
Yeah.
I recently watched Borderlands. It's bad.
Real bad?
Real bad. Like, I never played the game. And you would think with the cast that they had on there, there would be better acting. And I'll also say that Ariana Greenblatt was terrible.
She's the girl with the bunny ears?
Yeah. She was awful. But at the same time, Jamie Lee Curtis was bad. Kate Blanchett was bad. Kevin Hart was the best.
Out of
the people that you've heard of, he was the best.
What about Jack Black as Trapper Jack, or whatever the fuck that thing's called?
He was a fucking robot. He was fine.
Okay.
You barely ever noticed him.
Yeah, John. I know John hated The Crow so much, and
I never watched it.
I
only did movies that I've watched. So because I just recently watched Borderlands, it got on there.
John's honorable mentions are Terrifier 3, which I can't believe that didn't make his list. How much he loves that shit, and he has Roadhouse as an honorable mention. So he enjoyed
getting around on the Roadhouse night.
Yeah, me too.
Duggan, where did Roadhouse fall on your list? Because I know it's on there for you.
So I just made a whole list of everything that came out this year, and honestly, looking at every movie that I watched, it's either at 5 or outside the top 5.
Wow.
Yeah, because I'm looking at some movies right now that I'm looking at 4 right off the bat that I could put above Roadhouse.
Okay. All right, give us one of your ones above Roadhouse then.
Alien Romulus.
Mine, I have that on there.
Where is it on your list? Because Alien Romulus is my 5.
Alien Romulus would be my 5, I would say.
Yeah.
I think it's my 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved Alien. I thought it was so good. Like I said, as scary as the trailers were, the movie wasn't as scary as the trailers made it seem.
It was just freaky as fuck, dude.
Right.
It was, and it was just so well done.
Oh, wicked beautiful.
Wicked good. And I love that they brought back what's his face?
The
Bilbo
Milky,
Baggins.
the Milky guy.
Bilbo Baggins. They and what a good use of that, like, like CGI like human look, because we've come a long way from like CGI Grand Admiral Tarkin in like Rogue One.
Yeah.
Like that was fine, but like that dude looked like he was there. Like that's how he looked in Alien. So to see him there was really cool.
It was good. Yeah.
I think the freakiest scene for me in the entire movie in Alien Romulus is the the scene where they have to get their body temperatures up. Is it they get the heat up, or is it the cold? I don't remember.
They bring the heat up so their body temperature matches the ambient heat in the face huggers.
So they
can't see them.
Yeah. Just that 100 feet where they have to get through that. I was like, this is so fucking intense. I'm on the edge of my fucking seat. And like, shit, I don't know, man. I just thought that I really liked it. And the deaths were pretty fucking gruesome. The kid, when he's prodding the fucking, I liked that it showed, I'm jumping all over the place now, but when the dude's brother dies, right? It was his brother. Romulus
sister? No, wasn't it his sister?
Weren't the two dude or the cousin? They were cousins.
Yeah, cousins.
Okay, cousins. When the cousin dies and the chest burster breaks out of her fucking chest, runs off, and then he finds the fucking cocoon, with the xenomorph growing in the cocoon.
Oh yeah.
Never has that been shown in a fucking alien movie.
Yeah, that was a rough death too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, he thought he did good, and then all of a sudden it was like, no.
When I saw this movie, my favorite scene, especially visually, was when they had the xenomorph coming down the hallway and they had all the little face huggers running on the ground with the blue fucking lighting. I was like, oh my God, that thing looks terrifying. Like, oh man, it looks so bad.
It was good. It was great. And but like I said, we've never seen in any of the alien movies how the xenomorph goes from little fucking alien. Like you see it shed skin and stuff, but to see a fucking a stack on the wall where it's just growing. That was sick. I love that. That's a nice addition to the fucking to the lore. So
the canon, if you will.
Yes. Alien Romulus did a great job. That was my 5. Dan, what was your 5? Because you didn't have that.
Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, and there's a very specific reason why it's in my top 5, and that is because week after week, the 4 of us come on here and we talk about shit, but we're scattered all over the place. This is the one and only time the 4 of us have actually been together to go see a movie and do an out-of-theater reaction immediately after. So it holds a special place in my heart solely because of that.
That was I don't think Duggan came to that one, but he did come to Wolverine with us.
Who the fuck else was there?
It was just me, you, and John. We were the only ones.
You and John.
Yeah,
that was a special place because they got Duggan.
Okay, then Deadpool and Wolverine. That's my number 1. That's my number 1.
Deadpool Wolverine's my number 1 as well.
That's John's too.
I just remember being cold. Wait,
but
I had the. Wait, now I'm getting it confused because was Dave with us too for Deadpool and Wolverine?
Yeah. Yes, there were 5 people.
And that's when I had the Claminays.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was Ghostbusters.
Well, Ghostbusters is the first time we did it. So and then Deadpool.
You got the popcorn thing.
Yes,
yeah, it's right here. I got my popcorn.
John's got thrown out.
Mine got thrown out. I don't know if John's did.
It's got some hockey tape on it. Hold on. There we go.
There you go.
And it's got something inside.
Oh,
look at that.
John's. I thought so. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire was a real fun movie. It was really fun.
And I will say the scariest main ghost in any Ghostbusters movie ever.
100%. Can't even show my kids the movie because I know that it'll give them nightmares. That ghost. Yep. So, but it was funny. Paul Rudd was being like a full-fledged Ghostbuster was fun. I liked Kamal Nanjiani as the pyromancer or whatever the fuck he was. That was really funny.
Now, is this the second version of the Ghostbusters?
So it's all can't. So there are 2 movies that have come out that have come out after the original Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2.
So there's Ghostbusters 2, and then in the same universe, the same next chapter is Ghostbusters Afterlife, which is the little
Paul
kids.
Rudd.
Paul Rudd's in that one too. Yes.
Yeah.
And then this is the direct sequel. Frozen Empire is the direct sequel to Afterlife, and all the original Ghostbusters are in it again. And
so the Paul Rudd movies are canon, and the other 2 movies are just fucking something else.
The one with the chicks is not canon to to Ghostbusters, and I love. Honestly, if you ever watched Ghostbusters, Duggan?
Yeah, I've seen them. I just haven't seen the new ones.
Afterlife and Frozen Empire are good, and honestly, you'll probably like. I bet you will like Frozen Empire and Afterlife more than you like the originals because I like Paul Rudd's comedy is like your kind of comedy. So
Oh yeah, he's great.
I think you'll like that.
Ageless.
John's number 5 was The Fall Guy.
Oh,
My Fall Guy's in my top 5 as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like Fall Guy. Fall Guy is one of my honorable mentions.
Fall Guy is number 3 for me.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, Fall Guy's good. A lot of fun. That's one of those movies though. Like Aaron Taylor Johnson, man, he signed up for these movies. They all fucking tank.
Yeah.
So.
I will.
Yeah, I fucking love that movie. I love. I will say with my Ryan.
One thing that I didn't really expect to be in my top 5, but actually was Transformers 1.
Ooh, really good movie.
Transformers 1 was so good.
I know.
Alex saw it on like whatever was streaming, and he goes, "I want to watch that, the robots." And I was like, fine, yeah, whatever. And I watched it. I'm like, this is so fucking good.
Now this was the animated one, right?
Yeah,
I think I've seen that on like Amazon or some shit.
Yeah, so good. If you haven't seen it, Duggan, so good.
I love Transformers.
That's my number 3 movie.
Yeah.
I took my kids to see it. My son loves Transformers, and just from the trailer, I'm like, I think my daughter's gonna like this too. So we went and saw it. We took Papa Jose with us, and we all sat down. He's never seen any of the Transformers movies, and all 4 of us after it was over, I was like, did you guys like that movie? Because I love Transformers, ever since I was a kid. So I was like, did you guys like that movie? They were like, yeah, we like that. They really liked it, and my father-in-law was like, that was really good. So
now is this independent to everything else, or how is that? Or is it's just a story of Transformers?
It's literally a prequel, and it could fit in if they tried to connect it to the Michael Bay movies, they could.
Yeah.
And if they never wanted to, it doesn't have anything that would necessarily connect anyway.
It's basically almost like a standalone origin story of where the Transformers came from,
like Han Solo.
Yes.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Could be a standalone with characters that you've heard of before.
Yeah.
It's really good. And it's emotional. And they have, what's it called? Keegan-Michael Key as Bumblebee was so fucking good.
Yeah.
And I was like, at first, I'm going to get tired of him being Bumblebee, I think. But then as the movie went on, I'm like, no, I didn't. He was great.
Yeah.
And he can talk now, right? This is
the whole time he talks.
Yeah.
He doesn't stop talking.
He doesn't stop talking. He never shuts up.
I think that's the irony of it.
There's a joke in the movie where Shockwave, who's one of the bad guys,
him
and Starscream and Soundwave have captured the main characters, right? And they start yelling at him. They basically tape his mouth shut so he can't talk. And it's like why'd you tape his mouth shut? It was I'm like why didn't you just knock him out? He's like he talked more when he was unconscious.
It was great.
It's a great joke
but no, and I mean there's some big names in it too, like Chris Hemsworth, Brian Tyree Henry, Scarlett Johansson, Steve Buscemi, John Hamm, Lawrence Fishburne. I mean, there's a lot of people in it.
They're great.
It was just really, really well done. It was fantastic.
Lawrence Fishburne, who's he play? Optimus Prime?
He plays.
He's Alpha Trion.
Yeah, Alpha Trion.
So he's like the Optimus.
One of the original Primes.
Yeah.
Basically. Sentinel Prime is what's his face? John Hamm, and he's great.
John Hamm, yeah.
Oh, nice.
He's great.
Yeah.
So great. He's I like when they think they're gonna. So there's a part in the movie because not all Transformers can transform. They need transformation cogs. It's a big part of the movie, and basically Optimus Prime and Megatron are buddies. They're in the mines together, and Optimus Prime tricks them into joining this Transformers race that they have through the city, and everybody else can transform except for them. So they get little jetpacks and they run through it, and they're watching it. And Sentinel Prime's in charge of everything, and he's watching them race. He goes, are those miners? What are they? He's like, what are they doing? And they almost win the race, and that inches from winning the race, and they think they're going to be in big trouble for it. And then he comes in, he goes, I can't believe that. That was amazing. He's like, what the hell made you think you could do that race? That's so it's just a great scene with him. And he's like, I'd hang out with you guys all day. And then he's got an assistant that's like, sir, we have somewhere else we have to be. He's like, I got somewhere else I have to be. It's such a John Hamm role. So it's really good. But
have you seen Good Omens?
The show?
Yeah.
Only the first season. I love the book. I had the book on Audible and I loved it. And the first season was the book and it was great.
He's so fucking funny in that show.
He's the angel.
He's like I think he's like Archangel Michael or something.
Yes. Yeah, I love that fucking show. Let's see. I'm sorry. I'm just going by John's list because I want to get his done.
We've covered all my tops. I have a couple honorable mentions I want to bring up.
I still didn't put in Dune Part 2.
That's John's number 2.
That was my number. That was my number 2.
That didn't even make either list.
Wow,
really?
That's crazy.
That's John's 2 and that's my 4. So Dune 2. You didn't like Dune 2, Dan?
That's fine.
My 4 is Ricky Stenicki.
Oh, I didn't even add Ricky Sticky didn't even make my top, and I love that movie too.
He's in my honorable mention. Yeah. Honestly, most of my honorable mentions are like streaming movies.
Yeah,
because like I have Carry On.
That was great.
Yeah, Brothers with Peter Dinklage.
Yeah, I never watched that one. I never got around to watching.
I keep meaning to watch that.
It's good. The Instigators. On Apple TV,
hilarious.
Which was
I didn't
great.
Love that one. I didn't love that one.
Good too.
What was it?
Wolves.
I thought Wolves was okay.
Yeah,
I would like to see a sequel of it.
For sure.
I know
the Ministry of Unjumped Warfare. That was one of my honorable mentions.
A what?
The Ministry of Unjumped Warfare.
Yeah, me too. And I also have Beetlejuice.
I didn't get to see that yet.
Beetlejuice, and Ghostbusters Frozen Empires were my honorable mentions at 6 and 7. So they were just outside my top 5. But
it was a good one too. That was kind of I don't think a lot of people saw it. Was Spaceman with Adam Sandler.
Yeah, I never saw that.
I haven't watched that one yet.
Yeah,
I know you said we should watch it. I haven't.
Rebel Ridge.
Trippy. Look, a long time's gone since we brought that up. Is the spider real or is that just in his head?
It's real.
Okay.
Real?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
That's a real spider.
That makes me want to see it even more now. Then so there you go. See, that's a good. I'm glad I asked that question, even though it probably spoils the whole movie because you're like, is this a fucking head? Like, and then John's number 1 was Deadpool and Wolverine. Number 3, he had Godzilla, and then but instead of writing like the new one, he wrote every goddamn one of them. I guess
which Godzilla came out in 2024?
The one when he got a glove.
Yeah,
the Kong got a glove. Yeah.
Okay. The New Empire.
Yeah, when Kong got a fucking Nintendo Power Glove.
That's right.
Oh, dude, I gotta watch 8-Bit again.
You're nuts. You and 8-Bit Christmas. It is good. I do like.
It's so funny. I hit it home to me. I died laughing when I saw that Power Glove.
I can't. So, what didn't you like about Dune 2?
It's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
I just thought it was fine.
It's fine. Did you watch the Prophecy like I asked you to watch?
No.
I didn't watch Dune Prophecy. Dude, I love Dune 2 and I didn't watch that show yet.
Dude, so my biggest makes it so much fucking better.
My biggest issue with Dune 2 is just the constant like how many close-ups do I need of what's his face's face?
Javier Bardem?
Yeah, Javier Bardem. Just constantly going nuts, yelling.
But you had to have loved, because everybody did. It was the best part of the whole movie, is when Timothy Chalamet is like, look, I'm not the chosen one. And then like cuts to Javier Bardem is like, you see, because he said he is not the chosen one, it is yet another sign that he is the chosen.
Yeah, he's nuts.
So funny.
He's nuts. He's like, I'm not the chosen one, but let me just jump on the back of the sandworm, ride it perfectly the first time.
So Jack today at work was like on his lunch break, he had Dune 2 up because I don't know if you'd ever seen it. And it was at the sandworm riding scene. And I was watching him do it. And I was like, let me ask you something. I'm like, how do they get off the sandworms? I'm like, we had this discussion on the podcast before. And he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, do you think they ride into a dune? And at one point when it gets close to the sand, there's like, bail. And even after that, how does Lady Jessica get off when she's in the fucking cocoon thing? And they just like, that looks soft. Throw her.
Yeah. It makes
I think they actually stopped the fucking thing.
How do they stop it?
And then the thing's just fucking there, like, ooh.
Because they got the hooks in the fucking gills.
And if they pull back, the thing just comes to a stop.
Like a horse, I don't know.
I don't know, man. Well, did they stop in the end of that movie when the three big ones are fucking attacking? Like, did they pause before they attacked, or was that just like, oh no, they're coming in? Like,
they timed it perfectly where they were like,
Sand everywhere.
Do you want to know my worst movies, Kevin?
We can do your worst movies, but let me just say so Deadpool and Wolverine was my 2. We'll talk about that in a minute. My number 1 this year was The Wild Robot. I
knew you were going to say that.
I haven't seen it.
Fucking love that movie. And I was like,
Kevin, you cried.
Dude, big time. Big time, okay? And I cried when I rewatched it with the kids because I bought it when it came out in digital and we rewatched it. And my daughter and I both started fucking crying again. Like,
who makes this movie?
DreamWorks, right?
Yeah, I think it's DreamWorks. It's so fucking good. And
we should talk Disney Plus.
It might be on Peacock now or Paramount Plus.
Really?
Peacock.
I think so. I own it, but like it's so I could just give you my password if you want to fucking log in.
It's on Prime Video for $5.99 to rent.
Oh, nice.
It's
10 to own.
It's so good. Like I cannot stress it enough. Like I'm not as a dad. It's not even about a dad. It's literally about being a mom, the whole story. And I was just like, like I was like, it just fucking broke me, dude. Like big time. And it's like, oh my God. And like Pedro Pascal's in it as the fucking fox. And like, I didn't even think he did such a good job when he was talking. I actually thought it was Matthew Broderick. I was like, it doesn't even sound like Pedro Pascal. I mean, it does once you know, but having seen the movie, not knowing he was in it, I was like, is it Matthew Broderick doing the voice of this fox? And like, even the fox's story is like, he's like a scoundrel, but like he's there with them the whole time. And like his relationship to this robot is sad too. He's like, he doesn't have any friends. And then like, she's like, I'm only here to get, because the story is this duck, this little fucking duck that like the robot shouldn't be on the island that she's on. And she learns the language of all the different animals so she can interact with them. Her whole thing is she's supposed to help people who are in need. And she accidentally kills this duck's whole family. Whoa. And except for this one little duckling. So her task is to make sure that the duck can learn to swim and fly and take care of itself like a mom. So like she's rewriting all of her programming to help this fucking thing out. And it's wicked sad. And like, oh, I just can't. It's so sad.
You never told me that Matt Berry does a voice in this.
Oh, yes, he does. He's the beaver. He's so good.
He is the beaver. Oh,
he's
New
so
York
good.
You truly are the most devious bastard in this here pond.
I just got to the episode.
He's my good time boy. My sweet tea.
I just got to the episode of What We Do in the Shadows where they're doing the sleep hypnosis on each other.
So fucking funny.
They do the sleep hypnosis, and then they erase all their minds so they don't remember who each other are. And then they come downstairs and they're like meeting each other for the first time. It's like, I say, what's with that spot under the stairs?
Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah. The whole reason why they sleep hypnotized each other.
I know, it's so fucking funny.
Dude, so I started watching AP Bio on Netflix.
Oh yeah,
I just love.
I'm rewatching that shit. It's so good.
There's an episode he walks in and Robertson's one of the teachers. I lost my shit. I'm like, oh my fucking God, this guy's hilarious.
Yeah,
I only watched
because he was
2 episodes.
He was
of that
in
show.
the.
I never got back.
He was in teacher jail because he was a tickler.
Teacher tickler. Once you get a name like that,
he was a teacher tickler. Oh, he did a lot more than tickling teachers. He was. How do you say? He was. Yeah, dating the CPR dummy.
But that show is fucking hilarious, dude.
It's good. It really
I'll
is.
have to get back in. I
laugh every time I watch an episode.
Yeah.
I gotta get back into it. I tried that show, and it's one of those ones where it's like Sarah wasn't into it, so like I stopped watching it, but I laughed. So, all right. What did you want to talk about?
My worst.
Your worst ones? Yeah, jump into them.
Because I mean, Borderlands and Madam Web are already on there, but John already said that. Atlas.
That's the one with Halle Berry.
Halle Berry is a anti-robot robot person. I don't know. Sasquatch Sunset was so bad I did not finish it.
Oh.
It looks so good though.
Yeah. And then at the top is all of Rebel Moon. All of it. All of it. All four.
I didn't see any of those movies except for Rebel Moon, and I agree.
That hurts.
It's pretty rotten, but
dude, don't watch Sasquatch Sunset. It's terrible.
So I saw Beekeeper too. Have you seen that movie?
I heard that's good. I heard that's good, but I have not seen it.
That guy's a psycho.
I just moved my fucking whole camera around. How much did it take to make Sasquatch Sunset?
Let's find out.
35 mil.
And I'd also like to hear like if Jesse Eisenberg made like it was paid nothing to be in it. He was
actually paid them to be in it.
He's like, I just really want to be in this.
There isn't much information about the budget for Sasquatch Sunset.
They don't want to tell you.
It somehow grossed $1 million.
What?
Worldwide.
It says it had a $1 million budget, is what I'm seeing.
I'm seeing that's box office gross worldwide is $1,035,873. Opening weekend, it made $91,000.
Oh, wow!
It couldn't have cost $1 million to make, though. It couldn't have. So it's probably profitable.
Probably.
Now you guys saw Moana 2, right? That came out this year.
I did not see it.
I haven't seen
it
yet.
See it?
No, my wife took the kids to see Moana 2 and Inside Out 2. So I haven't. I saw her Inside Out 2, but I didn't.
I did see Inside Out 2. It was a decent sequel.
Yeah, it didn't make my list because I think I had to have seen it in theaters to really make it hit home for me. But I didn't see Wicked either. I didn't see Wicked. Dan, you saw Wicked. You liked it?
I did see Wicked. It's good.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard they got mixed reviews.
Wicked?
Yeah. What's your take?
So I've never seen the play, and I mean I know the Wizard of Oz, but I'm just super lost on everything. My biggest gripe in this, I was told as to why, but the school that they go to is called Shiz.
Nice. Shiz.
Shiz, and they say it a lot.
It's the Shiz.
Shiz. But the casting was really, really good. And they didn't fuck it up by like casting well-known people and saying they can act, but we'll teach them to sing. They actually cast people that can sing. So the singing was also really good as well. Unlike things like, I mean, you look at Les Miserables. And, like Russell Crowe really can't sing, but he can act.
Mm-hmm.
And then like Phantom of the Opera with Gerard Butler, who cannot sing. I love me some Gerard Butler, but dude can't sing.
Jerry Butts.
Butts.
My wife said, because she never cries and stuff either, Dan, but she said that there was a scene in Wicked that made her almost want to cry, and it was like maybe
Amanda told me she cried 3 times during Wicked.
Was it during the scene where like what the fuck's the witch's Alphabeta?
Alphaba.
Alphabeta.
Pretty close.
You'll never forget it because Wizard of Oz was created by L. Frank Baum.
Oh, okay.
So when they gave the Wicked Witch of the West a name, the guy that did it, he said Alphaba.
She said that she felt there was a scene where Alphaba is getting made fun of or something, and like it's right after like her and Galadriel kind of have not Galadriel. What the fuck's the other witch's name?
Galinda.
Jesus, I'm all over the place. Where Galinda and her Galinda, she just did something nice for Galinda, and then Galinda's like realizes like everybody else is making fun of the Wicked Witch, and she's like, "Stop fucking doing that." And like I don't know. Sarah said she like cried at that scene. I don't know what scene that.
Yeah, they're So what happened is Galinda gives Elphaba a hat.
As like a prank.
Big old witch hat.
Yeah.
And then they all sneak out and they go to this like dance club. and Elphaba talks to the magician teacher, the sorceress teacher, and says, if you're going to keep training me, you have to also train Galinda. So this teacher goes and gives Galinda a training wand. And then Elphaba shows up and she goes and does a really fucking weird dance. And everybody's making fun of her. And then Galinda goes out and does the dance with her. And now everybody's doing the dance.
Mm-hmm.
Very similar to A Knight's Tale, if you will.
Like the Urkel?
So
what dance? I don't remember a dance scene in A Knight's Tale. What the dance scene in that movie?
They danced to Golden Years by David Bowie of all fucking songs.
That's a great scene.
Yeah.
I don't remember it.
You should watch A Knight's Tale again.
I probably should. I actually enjoyed that movie. So
yeah. Alan Tudyk.
That's right.
Yeah. No, it's a good movie. It's not in my top. I mean, I guess I could put in honorable mentions. It was good.
Deadpool Wolverine?
Deadpool Wolverine is like my top one.
Yeah, let's talk about that. We haven't talked about that.
Yeah.
What an absolute masterpiece. We were waiting so long for this movie to come out. It was everything that I wanted it to be.
It was so much
and
fun.
more.
Dude, fucking goosebumps like throughout the fucking movie. My heart was racing, like almost brought me to tears at one point. It's just like, I'm so happy that Ryan Reynolds finally got to be with Hugh Jackman in this movie, and I'm happy that they're carrying out sequels because like everything about it is fucking amazing.
I saw a video of Channing Tatum doing his rehearsal for like how his Gambit action the other day, and it was like you could see it on his face. He's like this huge smile, and he's like doing like the and he's like throwing shit and like flipping around and he's like right off the bat, you're like, this dude was like born to be Gambit because I know it's like a joke that like it never got made and the voice is obviously horrible, like but the way he can actually move it, like his like dance that he incorporates into it is so fucking like on point for Gambit. Like
I like it in the Remy LeBeau.
I don't know my dad. I don't know. I was like, I don't know. What did he say? Like, I don't know what.
I don't know my daddy, but I know I shot
out of his car.
It was all about my mama like some warm buttery bread. I fucking love that guy.
Oh, it was so good.
My sisters, like, I'll tell you how this is a good movie because my sisters who. They usually like all the Marvel movies. Never saw any of the Deadpool movies, any of them. And then they saw the Deadpool and Wolverine, and they told me they were going to watch it. They're like, we're getting ready to watch Deadpool and Wolverine. And I was like, oh, like you should be aware. I'm
put
like,
the kids away.
I said, no, they got teenage and 20-year-old kids. I'm like, you should be aware. It is super fucking vulgar. Like you're not like, it's not going to be like a normal Marvel movie. And they fucking loved it. And then they went back and watched the other ones because of it, but it was good shit.
That's so funny. Yeah, that's so good.
I give it the millennial hand heart.
It's working good. I want Sarah to watch it too, though. That's like she still hasn't seen it, and like I don't know if she doesn't love superhero stuff. Like
this is more like a buddy film.
I know that, and like, but she also like I don't know if it's like maybe she hates Ryan Reynolds too because I feel like. I know. I feel like she does, though. I don't know if she's ever said that to me or not, but I feel like whenever I watch something with Ryan Reynolds, she's always like, ugh.
Oh, no. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
How can you hate Ryan Reynolds?
She loves Blake Lively, too. Like, every day she's talking my fucking ear off about the Blake Lively, Jason Baldoni fucking scandal, whatever the fuck that guy's name is. And I'm just like, how could you care about this shit and not want to watch Deadpool and Wolverine? I'm like, Blake Lively's fucking in it. Like, so
you never see her face, but she's there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. No, it's a good movie. I haven't watched it all the way through since it came out on Disney Plus. I bought it. I think I bought it when it first came out too, like just to own it, which is dumb because they always go to Disney Plus. I should have just fucking waited, but so I loved it. Loved it.
Amazing.
Love. It just wasn't bad. To me, I knew I was gonna love it. I knew it's only a 2 because of how Wild Robot hit me. Like I didn't expect to even really like this will be a cute kids movie. And then I saw it and I was like,
oh man.
You saw it and you said, "Oh, Wild Robot, I'm ruined."
It's just so sad that the fucking robot kills this duck's family. Like,
I know it's not on purpose; it just does, and like, you got to see it. I'm telling you. Like, I will text you guys my Amazon Prime password. Log in, watch the Wild Robot. Do it tonight because it's. I guarantee you're gonna love the movie, and you're gonna be like, maybe not Dan. He's a fucking.
I can't watch. Yeah, I've never cried from a movie. I don't think I can watch it by myself. I think I'd have to watch it with the kid and the wife.
Yes, I agree. I guarantee your wife will cry in it because it's.
I'm not a doubt in my mind that she will not cry at least twice. I know nothing of what happens. Guarantee she will cry. She has cried during Lilo and Stitch. She has cried during Mulan. Not the first times watching them, rewatching them in tears. And I'm like, what the fuck are you crying about?
You didn't cry during Coco, Dan? Like when he plays Remember Me for Coco, like which is all old and fucking shit.
Papa. No, didn't cry.
Oh man, see that got me big time too.
Nope.
I'm a big fucking softie. So
I mean, like when my wife asked me, she's like, "You've never cried during a movie?" I said, "My parents used to torment me with arachnophobia. I would cry with that when I was a kid." I said, "But as an adult, I cannot think of a single movie that I've seen that I cried. I got choked up a little bit when I was rewatching Goblet of Fire and Cedric Diggory comes back, and this was after I had my son, and he's like, "That's my boy." I was like, that hits differently. Yeah. I was like, I got that, but no tears.
That's crazy.
That's the closest I've come.
I will tell you this. So my kids, we did a Harry Potter, like I've been off for like a week with them while they were home from school and shit. And I didn't have work anyways, but we watched Harry Potter 1, 2, like Sorcerer's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, and Prisoner of Azkaban. And I got to tell you, like, you know how like cool it must have been to be those kid actors in the scene in the Shrieking Shack where you have Alan Rickman and you have Gary Oldman, like just like riffing off each other. It's like if you're one of those young kids, you're like, this is fucking legends right now. These are like legendary actors fucking go back and forth as Severus Snape and Sirius Black. Like that must have been.
They might not have gotten it back then though, because they were just kids. They probably got it more now they're adults.
Yeah, maybe, but as somebody who's seen the movie,
because I saw an interview with Daniel Radcliffe, and he said that Gary Oldman used to like sit down with him in between takes and like give him like pointers on like how to continue his career and stuff. And he was what, 13, 14, 15-ish?
Probably 14, 15. Yeah.
Yeah.
For that one. That's fucking awesome. I can't believe Gary Oldman took that role. That's what I can't believe. Like that's.
I feel like Gary Oldman is one of those people where it's like, hey, what do you think about this? And I'll take a quick look at it and be like, okay.
Yeah, that's like Daniel Day-Lewis popping in for a role real quick and then bouncing out. It's like, whoa.
Well, Daniel Day-Lewis came out of retirement to be in his kids' movie.
What movie?
What was it called?
It was just recent.
Yeah, I forget what it was called, but I didn't hear about it.
My thought with that is Gary Oldman must have had kids that watched or read Harry Potter or something like that. And he was like, his kids loved it so much. He was like, oh, I'll do anything.
Is he originally British?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so then, I mean, he probably had to in from being a fucking
Brit.
It's the movie's called Anemone.
Anemone.
And it's directed by Ronan Day-Lewis. And it's written by Daniel Day-Lewis and Ronan Day-Lewis. And it has Daniel Day-Lewis, Sean Bean.
I bet you anything Sean Bean dies.
He's on the back of a scooter with Daniel Day-Lewis driving. I mean, a la Dumb and Dumber.
Nice.
Share the screen. Is it a comedy? What is this?
I don't think so.
Like
they look very serious on this moped.
Yes. Serious movie.
Share it.
They look like bank robbers.
That's Daniel Day-Lewis in the front.
Yeah.
Look at Sean Bean. Oh my
He's having
God.
a good time. I mean, it must be the jackets, but this is and the helmets, but this is totally giving me like wicked fucking Dumb and Dumber vibes.
Oh yeah, for sure. They're on a fucking dirt bike.
Wear these extra pair of gloves. My hands are getting a little sweaty.
Yeah. That's what we got.
Cool.
That's what we got. Family bonds between fathers, sons, and brothers are exploded as complex relationships unfold through personal journeys and generational conflicts.
Is it a
serious as shit?
Has Daniel Day-Lewis ever done a comedy?
It says it's a drama.
Just in general, though, has Daniel Day-Lewis ever done a comedy?
Let's find out. Phantom Thread, no. Lincoln, no. 9, no. There Will Be Blood, no. The Ballad of Jack and Rose, probably not. Gangs of New York, The Boxer, The Crucible, In the Name of the Father, The Age of Innocence, The Last of the Mohicans, Eversmile, New Jersey, My Left Foot, Stars and Bars.
It said it's. I literally typed in, has Daniel Day-Lewis ever done a comedy? And Google came back with no. Daniel Day-Lewis has never done a comedy.
Nope.
Yeah, well, then I have to say this: Daniel Day-Lewis is no Tom Hanks, because Tom Hanks has done comedies.
He has?
Tom Cruise.
Oh man,
Tom Cruise did some comedies in the 80s. He doesn't do comedies anymore. You know what though? No, because Tropic Thunder, he popped up for that comedic role. So, yeah. All right, I think it's a good place to end the podcast tonight, boys. Follow us on Instagram for daily content at @random_channel.
Hi.
Go to our TeePublic page, donate some money, because it sounds like Dan's gonna need a new lung. So
It's got the black lung pop.
but yeah, that's good.
Love. Oh, one more thing. If you guys haven't seen Ben Stiller's new movie, Nutcrackers,
Nope.
No.
watch it.
Is that where he takes the kids? He raises the kids, right?
Yeah, the kids,
brothers' kids or something, families' kids,
sisters' kids. The kids are fucking hilarious.
They are
Fucking hilarious.
It doesn't look like a comedy. I watched the trailer.
It is.
I watched the trailer and I was like, I'm not laughing. Is this a comedy or is this like a serious movie? Am I going to feel bad for these kids?
Are fucking hilarious.
Okay.
When he first shows up there, one kid is on the roof wearing a rabbit head on his head on the roof of the fucking house, and the other ones are hiding in a barn. And then he goes into the barn to find them, and the kid with the rabbit head somehow gets off the roof and behind him way too fucking quick. It's pretty good.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like on any of the lists, but if you're looking for something that you're actually gonna laugh a little bit, it's pretty good.
I think still rebel mood, but
pure comic gold. All right. Thank you so much for tuning into this video, guys. Do us a huge favor. Click that like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll come at you with more content next week. I will be on vacation, but these gentlemen and John will be there to give you their list of
I have to do it all by myself.
Most anticipated movies of 2025. And they'll dive more into Creature Commandos and Skeleton Crew, probably catching up on... Well, I guess it would be wrapping up both seasons except Skeleton Crew. So, yeah, just...
we'll do whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah, tune in next week. We'll see you later.
You know what it's like with us three.
Bye-bye.
Bye, John.